Rob, for letting me fill in on this Fitness Friday. Today we're going to talk about endurance athletes utilizing Keto while following a low-carb lifestyle. Like, how would you utilize that, and why is it valuable, and what's some strategies that you can use? So we're going to touch on a few different topics, but the first one is, people ask me all the time, like, why do I need this? Like, if I'm already doing the diet, like, why do I need Keto? Simplest answer is that most people don't do the diet well enough to maximize the benefits of what the diet can actually do. They either don't fast long enough, or their diet's ratios are off a little bit. So they get days that they just don't feel as good as they would otherwise, as they should. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've been teaching. I've been in the ketogenic lifestyle for nearly 12 years for personal reasons. I performed at high levels. I ran a marathon. I was a recon Marine and college athlete. So I've been in the world of performance, and I know how to maximize that, but I also know that when you're in a state of ketosis, it's really important that you do the diet very, very, very well to maximize that. Well, now with Keto, it's simpler. We can just take the product, and it basically protects you from screwing it up. So if you're new to this, for sure take the product. If you're a veteran and you've been on a low-carb diet for a long time, there's another reason why you use Keto in endurance sports and endurance activity, is because when you're in a deeper level of ketosis, you can maximize and even get a greater result. So if you've never done this product, or you're just new to it and you're starting to do sports or endurance sports, you've been doing endurance sports for a while, take more of this and you'll notice an improved performance that you've never experienced ever before. And that's why this is so valuable. But how do we take it? Like, how do we utilize this for endurance sports? If you're new, if you're just starting out and you're starting to run, bike, or swim, or whatever it might be as an activity, the simple rule is if your workout is less than 30 minutes, if your activity is less than, it can be power walking, it doesn't matter. I want you to take it 1 hour before you go work out. So if it's less than 30 minutes, take one serving 1 hour before. If it's longer than 30 minutes, I want you to take one serving 30 minutes before your workout. So that's pretty much the strategy that I utilize. We do have two different formulas and flavors. One of them is orange and the other one is chocolate. The big difference between this is this one has MCTs in it. MCTs, if you're not used to digesting a lot of coconut oil or MCT oil, it can take a little bit for the GI tract to get accustomed to that. So just be careful and be aware of that. Don't pound it really fast. And I'm going to touch on that in a second on my my long endurance athletes here. And then the chocolate formula has a new formula. It's very, very effective, very, very good. But it doesn't have those MCTs, so it'll be a little easier on that GI tract. So now, what if you're a person that's been doing this for a long time, and you're running for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, or you're biking or swimming for multiple hours? How would you maximize and utilize Keto? Well, the first way I would do it is right before your workout, 30 minutes before, I want you to drink one serving. Doesn't matter which one, the chocolate or the orange, 1 hour before. And then 90 minutes into each workout, I want you to do another serving until you finish your workout. So it's very vital. What I'm finding is that as you utilize ketones is an energy source, right? As you're working out, depends on your size and weight and your activity level, you're using this energy up, right? Ketones are energy. You're going to use that energy up. And I don't want you to run out, right? I want to make sure you can saturate that and make sure that you have a maximum amount in your system. And I find that about every 90 minutes is about the right dose for one full serving. Now, some of you might find that a half a serving is fine if your diet's really dialed in. But I like to stay on the safe side. I like to do one full serving. I do have some people that are riding in very extreme cases. They may actually cut theirs a little shorter and do it about every 60 minutes. But as a rule of thumb, start with every 90 minutes, and then you can always just slightly modify for what works best for you. And then I do encourage people to do it as a recovery. Either if you do your activity later in the day, have a shake in the morning, have a Keto in the morning, and then have one as a pre-workout. Of course, if your workout's longer, have another one. If you do a really intense workout, do another serving in the afternoon. Maybe use or the late evening. Use the non-caffeine Keto orange as a recovery for the evening, and that's a great tool to help you recover from your exercise and your training. And that's what I do. Now, one simple trick that I think that will see added benefits to your performance is to increase your dose prior to your workout. So instead of doing one serving before your workout, do two, or do a serving and a half, or a serving and a quarter, and that's a great way to help get even a bigger return on your workout. Also to help protect your system from the stress that you're going to put yourself through. It's what I do every Sunday before I play my football game. I do 2 servings before my game, and then I take another one, I mix it up, and I drink it throughout the game, is how I utilize it, and it works extremely well. And then I have another one in the afternoon. So that's for me. I believe I'm really big on performance. I want to get the most out of my body, because the reason why I'm performing, first off, is to be healthier. Second off, is to get the most out of the human body. And third is to recover so I can do it all over again. And Keto is by far the best tool that's going to be able to do that. The ability for what it can do in our system to help maximize the human body to prepare itself for exercise, but then also to recover so it can do it again. One little trick I want to give for you top level athletes is a little bit on heart rate training. If you don't even understand what I'm talking about, just disregard this part. But if you do, if you're out, let's say you're a biker and you're out doing some mountain climbs, you're out climbing a little bit of hill and your heart rate gets elevated, right? So there's a point where you're becoming slightly more anaerobic and your heart rate gets elevated above 65 or 70% of your max. Should you use carbohydrates? Even though you're doing a low carb diet, should you use carbohydrates at that time? And what I'm finding is that is a great time to use carbohydrates. So you may increase, when you know you're going to do a big hill climb, you may have a small amount of carbohydrates. Maybe you start with 20 or 30 grams, and you try to insert it if it's a gel pack or something that you do prior to your hill climb. And so now you're in that dual fuel zone, right? You have ketones available and you have glucose available. Now what's cool is that you're going to use that glucose up during that performance stint of climbing that hill. And then what happens is as soon as you come downhill or you're no longer climbing, your body switches right back into ketosis endogenously, I mean through the diet, and then also with Keto available to you. So you can maximize that dual fuel source, and you're going to get a lot more out of that hill climb. You're going to recover a lot faster. So that is a strategy you can utilize, but keep in mind, you're going to have to play with that. You're going to have to find the timing, what's the proper dosage. Unless I know your whole training regimen, I know your weight, your size, your energy output, your wattage, I couldn't give you those data, but it is something that you can definitely do. This is an unbelievable tool. It doesn't matter if you're an everyday person just starting out or if you're a veteran for 30 years doing endurance sports and activity. Everybody needs this in their body, and they need it in their training protocol. There's no better fuel out there that I can think of that you should utilize. So what I want everybody to do really quick is go down below, comment on this, like it, share it, comment, and tell us what you've been doing and what it's done to help increase your athletic performance. So when are you taking it before you perform your activities, and how's it improved? What have you seen different? How have you seen your workouts change? How have you seen your recovery change? What have you seen different from utilizing this as a training tool? So thanks everybody. Thanks again, Rob, for letting me hop on this Fitness Friday. I hope to see you all in Tampa. I think it's going to be this week. If not, we'll see you in Louisville soon.